What if the next Halo isn't just a remaster, but the start of Halo's actual comeback? Because if the reports are true, and Halo Combat Evolved is getting a remaster for both Xbox and PlayStation, then multiplayer can't just be an afterthought, it has to be the main event. Today I'm breaking down what we're hearing about the next Halo projects, including what was previously known as Project Tatanka, and what I think Halo has to do to win again. Because Halo doesn't need to chase trends. Halo is the reason half of these modern FPS trends exist today, and even half of the reason why these games exist today. So let's jump into what Halo needs to do in order to bring back Halo to the top.
Not yet.
So first, a Halo CE remaster is a big deal on its own. It's the origin point, the vibes, the sandbox, the identity. And if it's truly launching across Xbox and PlayStation, that's a massive multiplier. More players, more eyes, more momentum. But here's the problem. Halo lives or dies on multiplayer. If the next Halo experience doesn't have a strong arena foundation, it's gonna feel like a Halo-shaped product instead of Halo. With the new set of eyes coming to Halo due to the launch on PlayStation, the initial impressions are very important, and it will set the standard and vibe for Halo for the next coming years. Now, let's talk about the big rumor everyone keeps circling about, Project Tatanka, which has supposedly either been cancelled completely or renamed to Project Eaker. This is supposedly the Halo BR project that was moved on from the Slipspace engine to the Unreal engine and is being worked on by a certain Affinity team. The engine shift matters a lot because it could mean a smoother development, faster content production, and fewer we can't build that limitations, something which heavily plagued the development of Infinite, and is the reason the pipeline of content was the way it was. This also helps with Microsoft's hiring practice of hiring strictly only contract workers. If you're going to hire workers for a contracted duration, then it makes the most sense to use an engine which is widely used, as opposed to having the individual come in and spend the majority of their contracted term learning a proprietary engine. But it also begs to differ a new question. Is this project what it originally was? Because originally the idea was a Halo BR, but more recently it feels like the project could have shifted towards an extraction style experience, especially with games like Arc Raiders getting attention and proving players want high stakes, drop-in gameplay, and the continued success of such games on the console platform. Here's my hard line. If Halo doesn't ship with a real arena multiplayer that feels like Halo, it will flop. I don't care how trendy the side modes are. Arena is the heartbeat, it's where the sandbox matters, where skill expression is clean, where the one more match loop is born. So the correct play isn't replace Arena with BR. It's Arena as the core game, and BR/extraction or whatever's to come is a separate mode or even a separate experience built to widen the audience without ripping out Halo's identity. This also flows into the importance of esports. Halo esports is still an integral part of Halo, and with a new set of eyes from the PlayStation community and players, this should have an increased focus. I would love to see Halo get to the same levels of COD esports in terms of support, content, and growth. But again, this only works if Halo Studios has a dedicated team which supports esports and is focused on allowing it to grow. Now imagine this. Arena multiplayer is pure Spartan combat. Fast, athletic, iconic. That's Halo. But the BR or extraction mode, you don't play as a Spartan. You play as an ODST. And that fits perfectly. What do they stand for? Orbital Drop Shock Troopers. Drop in, complete the mission, extract. Perfect for both BR and extraction. Imagine being an ODST dropping in on a glassed area of reach to complete a mission, eliminate other hostiles, and ensure victory. This also allows for other lower drops within the universe of Halo and keeps all players interested. It immediately changes the tone and the pacing of the game in a way that makes both modes feel like they belong in the same universe without feeling like the same game and each other modes cannibalizing on one another. ODSTs are attention fantasy. You're not as strong as a Spartan, so each corner turn and every movement leads to more stressful moments and tension. And if Halo really wants to separate itself from every other shooter, this is where Halo has an advantage nobody else has. Its species and factions. Let players drop in as different factions with different strengths, not just cosmetic skins and looks. Covenant drops, for example, play as an elite, maybe a brute, each with different movement, different melee, different equipment, and even options such as camo. What about Forerunner style drops? Each with a different tech feel, a different utility. And then finally UNSC drops, ODSTs, Spartan 2s, Spartan 4s. each with a distinct kit and identity. Think of it like a class system, but Halo flavored, where the character choice changes your approach, not just your loadout. And yes, please bring back playable elites in a big way, not just in BR and extraction, but also in the arena style multiplayer. That's one of those things that Halo has, or had, that fans loved, and has slowly faded away unfortunately. Bring it back as a headline feature, not a footnote. We want to see more elites.
This armor suits you, but it cannot hide that mark.
Nothing ever will.
You are the arbiter, the will of the prophets. But these are my elites. Their lives matter to me, yours does not.
That makes two of us.
If this is going to be a true live service multiplayer platform, the thing Halo Infinite was supposed to become, then the content pipeline has to be perfect. Live service games have a variety of reasons as to why they fail, but in my opinion, there's one clear thing Halo needs to avoid. They fail because the game launches strong, and then the content dries up. So if Halo wants to hold players for years, they need a set of certain things. A reliable seasonal cadence, maps and modes that ship on time, events that don't feel copy and paste and are unique each time they come around, and a system that lets them build and deploy content without the whole thing collapsing, similar to Infinite. If this engine shift and development structure helps with that, great, because the vision only works if delivery is consistent, and delivery can only be consistent if Halo Studios is able to create the content without running into issues that delay the process due to bad code or engine optimization issues. With all that being said, here's why I'm more optimistic than I've ever been in a long time. Multi-platform changes the stakes. A Halo release that pulls in Xbox and PlayStation players can rebuild that cultural momentum that we've kind of lost over the years, but only if multiplayer is undeniable. Halo has the legacy, Halo has the sandbox, and Halo has the universe. Now all it needs is the structure. Arena that feels perfect. A separate ODST drop mode that's either for BR or extraction that brings in the modern audiences without sacrificing what Halo is. So, with all that being said, I think it's clearly evident that Halo needs an arena game mode to be successful. But for this new game mode, what are you guys expecting out of it? Do you guys want to see a BR, an extraction, or something totally new that I haven't mentioned? Drop your ideal Halo multiplayer game mode in the comments below. And please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and comment. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.